Hello, good morning, good day. Hope you're doing well. And the question of today is, are you doing what you can to get what you want? Recently, I was having a conversation with somebody who was complaining about things not being a certain way. And when I sat back and thought about it, I realized, and I know him well enough to see this, that he actually wasn't taking the actions to make it that way. And I just urge everyone that when you're complaining about something not going the way you want or saying you want things to go a certain way is the very first place to start. Hi, Ellie. Is just to ask, am I doing what I can here to get what I want? And if I want more closeness, am I opening up more? Am I welcoming what the people around me say and responding to that and encouraging more of them to be expressing themselves to you? And if you want more money, what actions are you taking to find more money? Hello, you guys are all talkative this morning. Elliot, we had this conversation, I don't know. And so that was the first thought to just think about, that is that we often say what needs to happen in ourselves. Another one that we do is we complain about something that someone else is doing. And then if we're aware, one day, hello everyone, one day we will all of a sudden realize that we do the same thing. And then it's actually more a matter of appreciating and liking ourselves and that quality, or getting rid of that quality from ourselves. And then we won't care that other people do it, because it's really more about our own internal process in that moment. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to say about this, in the program I went to last week with Tony Robbins and a bunch of other speakers, one of the speakers said this. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but it's good to just trigger the thought that the rich never feel like victims. Now, I'm sure that the rich don't have perfectly happy lives, and they probably feel like victims in certain areas, but they might not feel like a victim in terms of their wealth, because they have accumulated the wealth that they wanted. And instead of being a victim, they were a creator. Now, this statement may or may not be true, may or may not apply to all areas in life, but just to think about, if you have what you want, these people are not victims, they're creators. The other thing that I've heard about successful people is that they never stop. Of course, because if you stop trying, then you won't succeed. And so those people kept trying until they succeeded. That's my third thought for you, is just to keep going until you actually make it and you get it. Now, it's okay if you do stop, because it might mean, oh, it's time to change directions. I'm not interested in this anymore. But try not to stop because of doubt, because of misbelief. Just try to find another way to do it, or just keep doing it. There's this story of this man who was trying to climb around this rock face. It took 25 times. And in that scenario, it was because he had the faith that he kept going, and that was the lesson that he needed to learn. Now, other people, if they try 25 times, they probably need to try a different way, at least at some point, to get to the top of the mountain. That was one thing I wanted to say. And the other thing I wanted to say was, this relates to health. In the video shooting let's see, the goal shifts with time. What do you say? Yeah, exactly. The goal can shift with time. And then I think it's fine if you stop what you're doing. Absolutely. The feeling is a sense of relaxation with it, or you get an excitement about something else. Now, sometimes we just get an excitement about something else because it looks like this way isn't working. So if you were to sit and imagine that goal being successful, how would that feel? And if that feels good and like something that you want, then it might be a sign to continue with that goal. So hopefully that answers your question, Avijit. I don't know if I said your name right. The last thing I wanted to say was, in the video shoot that I was doing last week, we came up with 4 takeaways from all of the stories in my book that would be easy to explain in a little short video. And one of them was do what you can do. All the people who healed, they took some sort of action besides what the doctor said. So some people, I think, didn't listen to the doctor, but most people did listen to the doctor. But they also did something else, whether they did sound therapy, light therapy, oxygen therapy, changing their diet, meditating, right? The list can go on as to all of the things that they did. But there was something that they added in that they could personally do. So it's not just left in someone else's hands. It's in your hands as well. If nothing else, you feel more empowered. I have to tell you just this funny thing, like with me and dating. Every single person that I've dated where I really felt a good connection with and it's lasted for a while has been somebody that I met just by living my life. Right? But sometimes when I've been single for a while and I'd love to be dating, I go into the online dating. And I'm looking at these guys, and energetically and intuitively, none of them feel like a match. But what happens when I do that is that I feel empowered because I'm being proactive, because I'm putting energy forward in the direction that I want things to go. Now, sure, it's possible that I could do nothing and all of the same things would have happened in my life that have happened. But during that process, I felt better because I was a part of the process of moving forward with the inspiration that I was feeling inside of me. So it isn't even always about, is this going to produce the results that I want outwardly? Is this producing the results that I want inwardly? Am I feeling good about what I'm doing and my process? So there's tons more I can say about all these things and keep going. But I will leave you with that. That's plenty today. Please feel free to post more comments and questions. I love interacting with you all. So many blessings and so much love to you. Bye-bye.